Assalamu alaikum, my respected elders, brothers, and sisters. My name is Brother Habib. I'm 38 years old. Um, just a quick bio about myself. I was originally born in Kabul, Afghanistan. Moved to the United States when I was approximately 6 years old. We were living in Far Rockaway, New York. For all those New Yorkers and people that know about Far Rockaway, back in the 80s and 90s, and still is, was one of the most roughest places to grow up. Two sets of life you have to choose from: being a good kid, go to school, do your work, go home, or hang out with those kids that were the thugs, the troublemakers, the drug dealers, the killers, the murderers. You know, um, I chose those individuals because, unfortunately, the good kids that went to school, did their homework, stayed out of trouble, did not bother anybody, they were the ones that were being picked on, robbed, um, beat on. So many horrible things. So I wanted to be on the other side. I wanted to be on the side where um, I wasn't catching the whipping, I was giving the whipping. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me. Knowing what I know now, I would definitely chose the other path and taking my beatings. You know, um, I would have not been anything like I was in the past. So I went hanging out with this crew. These type of guys. That were selling drugs and hustling and drinking and drugs and partying and girls and all that. You know, um, Started climbing the ladder. Now keep in mind I didn't speak a word of English. You know, so here I find myself, in a country where I don't speak no English. Then, you know, we're living in an area where it's one of the most dangerous parts of New York. So it was like a survival of the fittest. I had to do what I had to do to survive. And as I proceeded to do that, I started climbing the ladder. Started getting involved in selling drugs. That fast cash. And keep in mind, I had a very strict dad. My dad was very strict. When I say strict, he was that old-fashioned Middle Eastern father, the one that beating was ain't that was all he knew was to beat. So maybe that was really made me even more tougher. All the beatings I got. I mean, I came to a point when I was immune to it. And I'm not talking about beating where with a slipper. I'm talking about belts, wires, broomsticks, wires to the point where you have to extend your hand out and he would hit you 20, 30 times in each hand. So you multiply that from the age of 6 till like 17. You know, I became immune to it. To a point where I used to get tired. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him, because he was definitely drinking a lot, and that affected him. So back to my life, I lived a double life. At home, I was a good kid. Still got beat by my dad. Didn't matter what I did. Then when I left the house, I had to be, as they used to call me, Louis Lou. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me, but that's what they used to call me, Louis Lou. And Louis Lou was that kid that was, always in the mix. Whenever there was a fight, I was there. Whatever there was a drug transaction, I was there, trying to get a little bit, climbing the ladders in Far Rockaway, to get to the top. I never got to the top, but, I was, somewhere a little above the middle. So, October 1995, that's a day that's I'm gonna always remember. It's in October 1995. I got shot 3 times, ambushed. I got shot 3 times, and one of the bullets hit me in the chest, and it was so close to my heart that I even thought I got shot in the heart. But now we know that if you get shot in the heart, I wouldn't be here today. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved my life. I remember a doctor coming to my room a couple days later saying, you know how lucky you are? There's people that come here with one bullet hole, one gunshot wound to their leg, and they don't make it. It came with 3. And one of it was so close to your heart, we were amazed on how it missed your heart. Now I know today that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it wasn't my time, and he had every reason in the world to let that bullet hit my heart, because I wasn't a practicing Muslim. I wasn't doing the right thing. I was on the wrong path. Um, so I sit here today and I'm so thankful, so thankful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me those chances, because after being shot, did a lot of other stuff, many other stuff that I still should not be alive. But, you know, our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is most merciful. So, He's given me the opportunity today to sit here with this web camera and make this video so that, inshallah, I can reach out to the youth, to the Muslim youth, and let them know that I live that lifestyle. I mean, if you want to talk about, living that American lifestyle where, I'm on the streets hustling, I had the girls, the money, going to the clubs. I traveled everywhere. Keep in mind, I didn't have a real job. This was all haram money, and I wasn't happy. This brings me to Islam. Ramadan 2012, which recently passed, July of 2012. I have a very good job, pays very well. I was very unhappy, I found myself very depressed, and I don't know what it was. I still don't recall what it was that I put on YouTube, something pertaining to Islam, and whatever it was, and I believe it was the story about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that just opened up my eyes, that made me realize that this is what is making me happy. The more I looked into Islam, I started making my salat, started going to Jummah prayer, start talking to the Muslim brothers, started realizing this is what is going to make me happy. And inshallah, it's been almost 4 months, and it's been the best time of my life. There's nothing that I will trade this for, and it's only getting better. And there's other issues in my life that I have, but that's between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I make dua. So inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saved my life for a reason. I'm not here to sit here today and waste time, complaining about my little issue, because I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of that, as long as I'm making dua and begging Him for His help. He will never turn His back on His servant, because that's who I am. I am the servant for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all Muslims should think that way, and we are, because we have to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need us. We need Him. And as soon as we realize that, the better Muslims will we become, inshallah. So I started embracing Islam, and I found myself being so happy. I became a better person. I stopped arguing with everybody. I had a really bad mouth because of the work that I do. Not making no excuses, but also growing up around, one of my first English word was the F bomb. So cursing was a part of my family. My dad cursed so much, and then all my friends cursed. So cursing was no big deal. So unfortunately, it caught on to me, and I started cursing, and then I started cursing a lot. If I be on the phone talking to a friend, I'm cursing. Talking to my coworker, I'm cursing. So embracing Islam taught me not to curse. I quit smoking, drinking, anything else that came besides drinking, which is even worse. And I feel great. So to the youth out there, this video is going to be short because I'm only limited to the amount of minutes I'm allowed to upload this video on Facebook. I don't know if this computer is, my laptop is all the word, but there is hope. Inshallah, if you take the time to look into Islam, you will find peace. You will find peace because I didn't have peace. To go back, I had money, friends, girls, go partying, clubbing, you know, traveled all around the world, you know, and I'm not a millionaire. I was not a celebrity. I was just a kid that had motivation. Unfortunately, my motivation was for the wrong thing. So when I embraced Islam, you know, I realized this is the most beautiful thing. You know, Islam, you know, when you say Islam, there's one word that comes with it. I mean, beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Islam and peace, those two words go together. You know, unfortunately, the media makes it look different, but that's the media. They got to do their job and get paid. So, you know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those people that are in the media. But Islam is beautiful. You know, I mean, ask yourself this question: why are there so many people that are converting to Islam? So if you're sitting and watching this video and you've been honored to be born as a Muslim, then why not treat it the right way? You know, we were given the privilege by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be born as Muslims, you know, but there's millions of people that are waiting online to convert to Islam. So take your religion and wear it proudly, you know, like the Marines, you know, only a few and proud, you know. That's what we are. We are not a few because Islam is the biggest religion in the world, you know, 1.5 billion, 1.6 billion, inshallah, and growing. So I can't even stop at that, but it is the biggest religion in the world and the fastest growing religion in the world. So why not wear it proudly? Why not tell everybody that you're Muslim? You know, why do we have to hide sometimes and be ashamed of our names? You know, people call me Louis for years, 30 years plus. You know, now I'm telling them, please, Ahmad is too hard for some of these people. So call me Habib. You know, call me Habib. Because you know what? That's my Islamic name. When I die, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to say, Louis, Habib. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to say, what's your Islamic name? My Islamic name is Ahmad Habib. And here's a quick story. According to the hadith, they say that if on the day of the judgment, your name might even get you into paradise. Your name might even get you into paradise. So for all those individuals that have those beautiful names that they may be embarrassed because we live in a country like the West, America, and we don't want our names to be pronounced out loud or said out loud. You know what? Be proud that your name is Ali. Be proud that your name is Muhammad. Be proud that your name is Abdul. Anything that is Islamic, be proud, because we are proud Muslims. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Make a quick dua. Oh Allah, please forgive all us Muslims for our sins. Oh Allah, please protect our elders, brothers and sisters in Syria and Palestine. Oh Allah, please guide us on a straight path. Oh Allah, please keep the shaitan and his tricks away from us. Please protect us from the shaitan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Allahu Akbar.